This is the TDEV Management of Change class presentation on organizational change by Stephanie Eves, Jennifer Russell, Laura Bryant, Jessica Watkins, and Casey Bernard. The first of the videos is pulled up by me, Stephanie Eves. The first one I chose was by Tamika Tillman, Creating Change in a Changing World. Mr. Tillman serves as the Senior Advisor for Civil Society and Emerging Democracies to Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. In this video, he discusses and defines civil society. He states how our country is made up of three sectors: government, private sector, and civil society as the third sector. He describes the civil society as how they come together as an organization who work through peaceful means together to make their societies better, and how with international civil societies there has been a tenfold increase in organizational participation. And he also discussed how the rate of change in civil society is increasing. Tamika tells us of the different areas that are the helping hands in the change, such as technology, to make things better, and how we are changing the concept of how we conduct diplomacy. All of these points discuss the organizational changes within the civil society, and this video would have caught the attention of Hillary Clinton for obvious reasons. Number one would be because it discusses doing more to make a change and engaging the communities. Secondly, it discusses engaging other organizations and finding new partners to advance our common goal agenda. And thirdly, this would interest Hillary because this is what she stands for and works towards every day. And also lastly, of course, because it was her subordinate who put on the presentation. The next video I chose was a humorous video entitled Managing Organizational Change, the Hare and Tortoise. The first race, the hare challenges the tortoise to a race, and the tortoise, of course, is slow, so the hare falls asleep before the finish line, thinking he has time for a nap before the tortoise shows up, and the tortoise wins walking past the sleeping hare. The second race, the hare challenges the tortoise again. This time, the hare wins by crossing the finish line without taking a nap. However, the tortoise thought he could win again if he had exercised, knowing that he needed to be faster. So he did prepare by exercising for the race, but he still lost. So the tortoise, being upset, decides to challenge the hare to a third race. He knew that he could swim and that he needed to practice his swimming. And so he knew that the hare could not swim. So he challenged the hare to the race only if he could choose the route, and the hare agreed. But the hare didn't know that the tortoise had learned to swim, and the tortoise chose a route with water. And since the hare couldn't swim, but the tortoise could, the tortoise won the last race. The point of this message was being that internal change might be insufficient within an organization, but to solve the problem or deficiency, find out external alternatives and beneficial factors based on core competence. Hillary would have enjoyed this for the simplicity of getting the point across and recognizing change, which is what she has strived for her whole life in her education and career. The next set of videos is pulled from Jennifer Russell. Her first one is Organizational Change Management. She says this video shows the pathway to organizational change in management. She thinks this video applies to Hillary's life because she has made significant changes regarding her personal growth, and this video addresses what must be done to survive and transition. Her next video is entitled Overcoming Resistance to Change. Jennifer doesn't know if Hillary would have liked this video, but she thinks it's humorous, and it hits what our lecturer was speaking about dead on this week, and how people resist change due to their mindset and motivation. Her third video that she pulled was Affecting Organizational Change. She thinks Hillary would have enjoyed this clip because Dick Axelrod is plugging his book, and Hillary used many of her life experiences in her various books. He addresses change in a line position and how he affected the change through connection and embracing democracy to improve a work situation. He also addresses individuals being self-sufficient, which Hillary was an advocate of. Her last video is from Gandhi and Organizational Change. This is an interesting YouTube video. It is like a PowerPoint with no audio but contains great information on how Gandhi relates to organizational change. Hillary would have liked this because she focuses on addressing world issues through proper channels of communication, and Gandhi was a skillful leader and had philosophies which changed the way many people viewed the world. Jennifer thinks Hillary would hope that she too could affect others in this positive way. The next video is pulled from Laura Bryant on organizational change management. She says this video gives you knowledge about change in management and what to expect when this happens. It also gives you scenarios of people in the workplace and how they might react and feel about change in management. Laura believes this would not only catch Hillary's eyes, but with anyone looking at the video that is trying to learn more about change in management. The video is straight to the point and explains the information in a way for everyone to understand. It also gives scenarios for you to understand more about what they are talking about. And the video was also very catchy and animated, which made Laura more interested in the information they were giving. The next set of videos was pulled by Jessica Watkins. Her first video is Overcoming Resistance to Change, Isn't It Obvious? Hillary would have been attracted to this video because it is artistic, funny, and profound in its simplicity. Using eye-catching art forms such as the clay characters used in this video is a creative way to really grab and keep the attention of the audience. Add a bare-bones, straight-to-the-point script, and this becomes a hard-to-forget lesson on change management. Humor and artistry are, in Jessica's opinion, the most valuable tools in creating a memorable presentation. Her next video was by Peter Senge on Organizational Learning Expert. Hillary would have been drawn to this video because the speaker is a very skillful orator in the way that he is so calm, collected, and to the point, abandoning methods of charisma and intensity in exchange for quality writing and delivery. She would have appreciated his passion for leadership, ambition, and determination, his message that sometimes we must humble ourselves in the face of risky leadership and take chances for the greater good of an organization in hard times when change is needed most. However, Hillary would have been offended by this man's pompous sexism and general air of self-serving bravado. Her last video that she pulled is on organizational change management. Jessica says this video presents a paradigm of how well organized change management, if executed properly, can become a successful process that catches on to stay, but if not, can very likely plateau, as is common in many initial organizations. Jessica thinks Hillary would have liked it because it shows the harsh truth in an undeniable way in order to fully prepare folks for the inevitable consequences of a hasty design. Being an incredibly idealistic woman as she is, she most likely has been one of us to learn the hard way how, although passion and idealism gets the ship sailing, it is truly hard work, tenacity, integrity, attention to detail, organization, and all those other much less exciting things that keep the ship afloat. And lastly, our presentation concludes with the video that Casey Bernard pulled. He also pulled Organizational Change Management, and Casey states that this is a short video presentation on organizational change management, and it focuses on how to avoid plateaus and how to adapt to change. It discusses that there are three main phases involving change: the learning phase, growth phase, and the decline phase. Also, it talks a bit about how there are both internal and external factors involved with a company and its need or desire to change. It states that one must be ready to listen to inputs, processes, ideas from all involved, and to take into account all input and not just jump right to decisions. This would relate to and capture the attention of our group leader, Ms. Hillary Clinton, in that it discusses how to avoid plateaus, complacency in and when changes occur in organizations, and she definitely is interested in this process due to her important job of being a part of our presidential administration. This is exactly what she is dealing with right now on a daily basis, preparing for the possible new members of the administration, new Congress and Senate members, and even more and more policy changes. The involvement of key inputs, ideas, and processes must be considered by her and all members of the administration. She knows that change is inevitable and that it definitely takes place in her workplace every single day. And that concludes our presentation on organizational change. Thank you.